I think this is so important that people should learn the difference between a lease and renting when it comes to housing. Now, when you look at a lease is 12 months. A rental agreement is 30 days. Now, what's the difference between all this is in a lease, you want to negotiate your terms. So everything that is in that lease for 12 months have to be abided by. And what is important about that is they can't go up on the rent. Now, when you get into a landlord that gives you rent, you got 30 days. So they can go up on the rent whenever they want to. So why that's so important. Now, some leases can be 18 months. Some leases can be 24 months. And there's a penalty if you break the lease. So I think that's important to notice. And when I put this information up here so you can read it for yourself, so I can be accurate in my information. I think it's so important that we get familiar with this word ownership. It's a state or fact of being an owner or legal or possession proprietorship. So you want to make sure you owning something. Why? It's because when you pay for a lease or you pay for rent, what happens is it comes every month. You got to pay that every month. But when you flat out own something, you own it. You just got to pay taxes on it because it's yours. That's why you want to get used to wanting to have something of your own because a lot of people is not taught that. A lot of people is taught just work for the rest of your life. Every time you get paid, it's like money burning a hole in your pocket. You can't wait to spend it, but you still want to own property. And I just give you something to think about. Nobody is going to tell you that when you have opportunities in life that it's going to be easy. That's why it's so important to think about ownership because owning something that means it's outright yours. You're the person in charge of it. You don't have to worry about somebody trying to take it away from you because it's yours. But when you get into a lease is 12 months. They got rules and regulations on the lease. If you break the lease, they can kick you out or get rid of you if you're in an apartment. Rent is 30 days. You can live there for 30 days. Then after 30 days, you pay your next month's rent. But they can up the rent on you at any time. So you think about people that want to be barbershop owners. Is it better for them to lease? Or is it better for them to pay rent? Or is it better for them to just outright own the building? It depends on the location. Because if you're going to be a barbershop owner, you got to think about, is it safe for your customers? Let's say if you have a mother with kids and they come into your barbershop, you want to make sure it's safe. Now let's say you're in an environment where you have a lease and now an environment comes unsafe. You might have to break that lease. They might keep your security deposit. It all depends. So that's why it's important that when you look at a location, look at everything. Okay, do it look good in the daytime? Or is it dangerous in the daytime? Is it safe for kids? Is it safe for mothers to bring their children? Is it safe for women? Is it safe for men? Is it safe for family? And you want to have a family establishment because the safer it is, you can have a nice clientele. And if you do a good job, remember people vote with their feet, so you don't got to tell them you're a great barber. Then you want to have other barbers in there. They'll probably pay you booth rent. Depends on the location, how much money you can get. So you want a safe environment. So all that comes into play. Can you afford your lease? Can you afford your rent? And start noticing, is there barbershops around you? Is it competition? That's why it's so important to keep your eyes out so you can look at everything. And when I think about barbershops, because I'm a licensed barber, I thought about owning a barbershop. That's what I was thinking about was, okay, the location. What kind of barbers do I want in there? What kind of clientele do I want in there? That's what's important to me. Even when you start looking at where you want to live, let's say right now your building is safe. So everything is nice. Like where I live right now, I got a Walmart right across the street. I got a Burger King they just built. I got a McDonald's. I got a lot of restaurants. I got a lot of stores that I can go to. And it's a nice, safe environment. Police officers is always riding around. So it's a nice area. So now I'm on a lease. I'm on a 12-month lease. Now let's just say the environment change and everything go down. I might have to break the lease. So it's something to think about. Then you look at renting. You might be in an environment where you rent a house and they find out you're a good tenant, or they find out, oh, he's always paying his rent on time, so we'll keep him, we'll be okay. But the landlord still have an option where he can always raise your rent. They might want to get more money, so they'll raise your rent. Or even with me at the end of my lease, they might raise my rent after my lease is up. So those are possibilities. That's why ownership comes into play. You find out where you want to live, and now you own a house. Now that you own a house, it's cheaper than paying rent every month. And that even comes down if you want to own a business. What's better? Do you want to rent a building? Do you want to lease a building? Or do you want to own the building? It all depends on what you want to do. That's why it comes down to you want to make sure you're spending your money wisely. You want to make sure you're saving your money so you can have nice investments. So it depends. And these are things you want to look at when you talk about starting a business. Like if you want to own a beauty salon or a barber shop, okay, what is the location? Is it a lot of competition? Is people going to be afraid to come here or not? And that determines is maybe you want to see how your business works, so you might pay rent in the building, or you might pay a lease in a building. Just to see if it's beneficial for you. Because sometimes it's good for a season. It might be good renting a place or leasing a place for 2 or 3 years. Then if businesses around you start dying out, you might have to go to a better location. That's why it's always important. You want to make sure you're putting your money to good use. Make sure you're taking care of what you need to take care of. You're investing right back in the business. And you're always looking for a better location or a better spot that you want your business. Because you want your business to thrive. You don't want to put money in and money keep going in and out, but you're not making money. So do your research, do your homework when it comes to earning your business and when it comes to learning about your business. Because if you take care of your business will take care of you.